What's up, guys? It's Coach JB, and I'm here for my very first check-in on my intermittent fasting experiment. So I wanted to make sure that I journaled all the way through this 28-day experiment, so this way you guys could hear how I'm feeling when I'm going through it, what I think is working out well for me, and what I don't think is working out well for me. Just to give you a quick reminder of what I'm doing, for the next 28 days, I will be doing 2 workouts a day. In the morning, it will be aerobic, balance, and some kind of flexibility workouts. And then in the afternoon, I'll be doing anaerobic training. I haven't checked my body fat percentage in a while. I checked it back in January. It's now May. In January, it was 15.6, so way too high, not really where I want it to be at all. And then today I checked it and it's down to 14.6. It's nice that I've dropped some of that body fat percentage. I haven't really switched up my routine very much. I did add in some cardio, but if I'm being honest, I wasn't very consistent with it. So I'm looking forward to see what this experiment does for my body and see how many gains I elicit from doing this. So basically, again, like I said, in the morning, cardio, balance, flexibility in the morning, afternoon is all anaerobic training. So just to tell you guys about how I felt going into this, last night I tried my best to cut off my eating cycle pretty early in the evening. I stopped around 8:15. Generally speaking, whenever I eat, I try to eat every 2 to 3 hours, and I eat a lot. So the whole idea behind this intermittent fasting experiment, what I'm doing, I'm going to be fasting for 16 hours. Okay, so 16 hours out of my day, I will not be eating, and then there will be an 8-hour fast or eating window that I'll be going through. So my eating window, in order to kind of fit into my fiance's schedule as well, what I've done for that is I've pushed it from 12 to 8, and I've pushed it back until 11 to 7. All right, so this way it gives me a little bit more window for me to work out personally, and for my fiance as well. I didn't want to push it up. What I really wanted to do was go 10 to 6, but that's kind of making it hard on her as well because she's getting out of work around 5 o'clock, so I needed to kind of work with her on that as well. So how I felt this morning, exactly how I thought I was going to feel. I am the type of person who likes to eat a lot, and my body just relies on that high quality food. Today when I went to work, it was exactly what I expected. I didn't have a headache, but I was a little dizzy and I felt weak. The one thing that I noticed that I really struggled with was trying to read and focus. So I kept with my water intake. I made sure that I was drinking plenty of fluids. And for my cardio this morning, I was gonna do my 5K training, but unfortunately I kind of ran out of time just making sure that my classes were ready for the day. So what I did was a 1 mile brisk walk. So in 12 minutes, I did a mile walk. So I mean, I was keeping up with that pace pretty quickly. The one thing that I noticed on my last lap, so my last quarter of a mile, my legs did start to cramp up a little bit, and I don't know if that's due to the food and kind of the shock to my system, but afterwards, it was kind of funny. After that workout, and that was around 9:30, I still had about an hour and a half until I got to eat. My body was actually feeling all right after that, and I didn't feel too bad. So just a reminder, the whole concept in this is while your body is in the fasted state, it's releasing catecholamines, and those are your fat burners. And if you increase your exercise during that fasted state, the more fat you're gonna burn in your body. So I wanted to make sure that I knocked out my cardio with that and not my anaerobic training, because one thing that a lot of people tended to see is when they were doing their anaerobic training while fasting, they were losing their energy, and they tend to see a lot of muscle loss, and that's the last thing I wanted to have happen. So my anaerobic training is in the afternoon. One thing I will say, as soon as I did get to eat, so once 11 o'clock rolled around, I made it a a point to actually eat at 11 o'clock, you're supposed to take in a high protein meal. And I did just that, especially for myself as well. I can't take in excessive amounts of protein just because I only have one kidney. So with that being said, I had one of my yogurts, the Oikos yogurts. It was 15 grams of protein in that. And then I also added in some trail mix, which capped that out at around 23 grams of protein. And then in addition, about 15-20 minutes later, I had my first sandwich of the day, which had about 8 grams of protein in it. So within that 30-minute window of coming out of my fast, I had a substantial amount of protein going into my body. And what that actually does is keep those catecholamines up and doesn't allow the body to produce a lot of insulin, which takes you out of that fat burning state. So this afternoon when I did my workout, and I'll attach that right here, when I did my workout, the one thing that I noticed was that in the beginning of my workout, I actually felt halfway decent. I didn't see that sluggish feeling that a lot of people were talking about and feeling like I couldn't get in my extra reps. But as soon as I got halfway through, my bench press was fine, my incline flies were fine, and my lateral dumbbell raises were fine. Everything was good. As soon as I hit triceps about halfway through my workout, then I started to feel depleted. And that's not a regular thing for me. By the time I get to my triceps, I'm really starting to feel good. I'm really starting to feel a pump in my body. So that's probably the prime time in my workout. And today, it was when I really hit a wall. So I don't know if it's going to continue to go that way or if it's going to change a little bit. As far as eating goes, I can't eat enough right now. I mean, right now I have a protein shake. I legitimately just got back from the gym. So I'm feeling like I can eat anything and everything. I'm trying to fit in 3,000 calories in an 8-hour window, and I'm really trying to make sure those are high quality foods. I'm doing everything whole food. I'm not really going towards any refined foods. Some people say make sure you fit in like cheat meals and things of that nature. Honestly, it's 28 days. If I can't cut out cheap foods for 1 month, I'm struggling with that. So again, my January body fat percentage was 15.6. Right now I'm at 14.6. I would really like to cut out 4% body fat over the next 28 days. We'll see if that happens. If you can look right now, you can see I can see some of my abs, but not really. I really want to make sure that I get rid of this fat and really get these lines going in. You can see I have this fat going in right here as well. So my main goal by the time this experiment is done, I really want to be down around 10%. And if I go lower than that, then that would be great. But at the same exact time, I want to make sure that my muscle mass doesn't drop as well. I want to be able to still have this little bit of a cut and hopefully have this grow a little bit more. I want to be able to see that bicep peaking and hopefully have my triceps popping out a little bit more. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, this is day 1. Keep up with it. Make sure that you get on my Instagram, check it out on a daily basis. So it'll be _CoachJB. You can find it on Twitter as well. Also go into my website, coachjb.weebly.com. I'll link all this information in this YouTube video. I'll make sure that I have shorter videos on my Instagram posts so this way you guys can see how I'm feeling. Until next time, work hard, work smart, work consistent, keep your mind where your feet are, and be a giver and a guardian.